Okay, so Be'ezras Hashem, tonight's shir in Likkutei Moharan is going to be B'schus the Geula Krova, that's Mes'ora al Yedei, the limit of the Svarim HaKadoshim of tzadikim, especially Yechidei Hadoros. What was said about Rashbi is also true about Rabbi Nachman himself when he starts his Torah open with L'chu Chazun Mifalois Hashem. So just as Rashbi said about the Zohar Kadosh that B'hai Safri Yafkin Megalusa Barachamim, so too with regards to the Likkutei Moharan, B'hai Safri Yafkin Megalusa Barachamim. The promise that a person will merit redemption by way of compassion through learning the Svarim HaKadoshim means two things. On an external level, it means that as a result of learning the Torah of the tzadikim, you'll merit the redemption by way of rachamim. The second and deeper interpretation is that, yes, it's true that learning it will bring about redemption, but learning it itself is a taste of redemption itself. And so we should be zoicha to draw out the meimei rachamim, the lights of redemption from within the Torah of the tzadikim. And it just so happens that tonight's Torah is going to be Torah Lamed Gimel, which is very much connected to Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and the secret of Lag BaOmer and the Hesairis of the Gilui of the Rachamim Rabbim within Torah, as well as the Torah of Rabbi Nachman. So this teaching, at the end, we're going to see that Rabbi Nassan says explicitly that this entire teaching is an interpretation or really an explanation of the kavanos of the mitzvah of Lulav as described in Pri-Eitz Chaim. So everything we're going to be talking about tonight comes from, at least on a surface level, from Rabbi Nachman's understanding and interpretation and grasp of the words of the Arizal. And there's something special when Rabbi Nachman's words are directly revealed to be based on the Arizal's words, because that's the depth of Likkutei Moharan. Every Torah can be seen as an interpretation on the Arizal, especially when it's seen. But this will also give a certain intentionality to the mitzvah of Lulav. So Zok Tehillah Rebbe starts based on the pasuk in Tehillim, Mi ha'isha chafetz chayim ohev yamim liros tov. Who is the individual who loves life, who desires life, the one who loves days, and the one who seeks out to see good? So the person who desires life, loves days, and seeks to see good. This is going to be the secret of the Lulav, of uncovering the chayfetz hachayim, the desire of life, drawing down that desire into the love of days. And the purpose of drawing the love into the days is to see the good. So Zak the Rebbe. Haklalhu, the general principle is as follows. Shetzarech levakesh shalom. A person has to perpetually and always be seeking out peace. Sheyeh shalom ben Yisrael. That there should be shalom. Now, we generally think of shalom as between two separate entities, but over here, Rabbi Nachman is saying that first and foremost, the shalom should be within Klal Yisrael itself, because when there's shalom within Klal Yisrael, there's shalom within the entire world. V'shiyeh shalom l'chol adam b'midosav. Not only should there be shalom within Klal Yisrael, but there should be shalom within each and every person, meaning to say peace within a person and their parts. The midos of the person are the differentiated parts that continue to function within the individual self, and very often they're at war with one another. They're mechuluk from one another. Part of the heart is fighting against part of the mind is fighting against part of the body. Very often there's a big fight going on between all of the parts. So the ikar nakud of shalom is to draw peace down into the self itself, to be at peace with myself, to develop a state of inner peace, of tranquility and calm that exists when all parts are working together. It doesn't mean that all parts are doing the same thing, because that wouldn't be functioning, but it means that all the parts are aware of their individual role, and each part of the self is expressing itself in the way that it needs to. So that's the ikr. The ikr is to draw down peace into Klal Yisrael and to draw down peace into the person themselves. And again, peace is learning how to grapple with contradictions. It's not getting rid of contradictions. It's making place for each and every part. Hainu, what does this mean? A person should not be split between their experiences and between the parts of themselves that are elicited or triggered in those experiences. That there should really ultimately be no difference with a person, whether they're dealing with a good situation, which is something referred to as tivo, as tov, based on the language of the Zohar Kadosh, or whether they're experiencing something referred to as aku, which is a situation of pain. That a person should be able to hold on to a presence of mind, whether it's up or down, good or bad. The secret of Shavisi Hashem Negdi Tamid. Tamid Yimtza Bo Hashem Yisbarach. A person should always find the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in front of them. Hainu. based on the pasuk. What it means is Bahashem ahalel davar, be'elokim ahalel davar. As Rabbi Nachman points out in Torah Dalid, in the secret of Kisha Adam Yodea Shekol Me'orosav Him Letovato Zo Sabchina Hi Me'ein Olam Haba, that when a person is aware that all of their experiences are for the ultimate good, that in and of itself is an element of Olam Haba. So that's the same pasuk here. Bahashem ahalel davar, Hashem Havaya represents Rachamim Chesed, be'elokim ahalel davar means Gvura, the things that are apparently separate from the goodness. I'm able to praise HaKadosh Baruch Hu in both of those circumstances. That's the shalom b'midosav and shalom b'ma'orosav, where I'm not at war with myself. I have a singular semblance of the way that I react to reality. V'al yedei ma Yimsa Hashem Yisparach Ben Betivo Ba'ako. So the question is then, once we know that the goal is to find calmness within any circumstance, so how does a person draw down peace and calmness and tranquility and the presence of mind to connect to God in any circumstance? Zakt Rabbeinu Al Yedei HaTorah Shenikra Shalom. The way that we do that is by accessing the Torah, by entering into a place of mindful awareness of the fact that there is a chachma in everything. The Torah here doesn't just mean Torah Shebechsav or Torah Shebal Peh, although it's revealed in that as well. The Torah here means the capacity of Isha Yisraeli that is tzarich tamid listakel b'haseichel shel kol davar, like Rabbeinu says in the first teaching, that we have to be able to see the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in each and everything. That's the secret of the Torah. And when we're able to do that, we're able to draw down peace. Because the Torah is referred to as peace. The Torah gives us the ability to be at peace. Kamad et amar, like it says in Mishlei, v'chol nesivoseh shalom, that all of the pathways of the Torah is ultimately to bring about a das of shalom, the ability to be okay with the seemingly differences within myself and to find a secret of unity. Va'al yedei tzadikim, and there's another way of drawing down shalom into my mind, and another way of drawing down the recognition of HaKadosh Baruch Hu at each and every moment, and it's by connecting myself to the tzadikim that are nikru gamkein bris shalom, that brisi shalom is given to Pinchas, the secret of the tzaddik. So by connecting to the Torah, by connecting to the tzadikim, we have the ability of finding that mindful place of shalom that gives us the ability to be okay with whatever it is that's going on. And then a person has the capacity of loving peace wherever they find themselves, no matter what it is that is going on, whether it's tivo, whether it's akko, whether it's up or whether it's down. I am able to find that point of love and connection to the innermost point of das, of shalom, which is in fact the gilui of Mashiach within the individual, who's referred to as sar shalom. And when I'm able to do that, yachol lihiyos shalom ben Yisrael, so then once I find peace within myself, then Mamela, there's going to be peace in Klal Yisrael, ulehov zeh et zeh, and each person can love the other. There's a danger in trying to love the other person prior to learning how to love oneself. So Rabbi Nachman is saying that the tachlis is for everybody in Klal Yisrael to love one another, and that the shalom of Klal Yisrael is what's going to bring about Mashiach. But a prerequisite to the shalom haklali of Klal Yisrael is the shalom haprati of each person with themselves. Only when I can become one with myself, or work on becoming one with myself, can I then learn the capacity of being present and being makabel everybody with the Sefer Panim Yafos, because I'm okay with myself. If I'm not okay with myself, I'm going to be responding to others with the mindset of kina, taiva, and kavod, and it's always going to be resentful, and it's going to be argumentative, and it's going to be through a perspective of smallness rather than expansivity. So the goal is shalom. Zak the Rebbe. And it's a longer Torah, so we're going to move somewhat quickly through the paragraphs. V'tzarech l'das, and a person has to understand what a person must know. In order to draw down this das, in order to connect ourselves to the Torah, to bring out shalom, we have to know a secret. That is malei kol haaretz kevodo. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu is found literally everywhere. The light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's presence is concealed even in the lowest places imaginable. The leis asar panimine, and that there is absolutely no place devoid of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's infinite light. V'ihu memale kol almin v'soivev kol almin. And he saturates all worlds and he fills all worlds. Saturates all worlds from the perspective of Yichatata, where there's a self and a creation that needs to find HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and as well as surrounds all worlds, which nullifies any nature of existence whatsoever in the secret of Soiviv Kalaman, Yichad Ilah, that Hashem is everywhere, Hashem is everything, and Hashem surrounds and saturates all things. Even if a person finds themselves stuck within the nations of the world, which represents a deep form of disconnection from Klal Yisrael and from Nishmas Yisrael, because a person's circumstances have brought them to be in a place of the shuk, of a place where the Torah is very far from that place, where we're forced to kind of bend ourselves towards the appetites of others. So a person is not able to say, Lo yachol lehisnatzel v'lomer, a person who finds themselves in these sunken places doesn't have the ability to say, Hashem machmas avius v'gashmius, that I don't have the ability to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu, blessed be He, as a result of the thickness or the physicality that I find myself in. Shenofel tamid alav machmas ha'esek she'osek tamid imahim, as a result of the sickness and the covering overs that block out my neshama by way of dealing with the ugliness of the world. Ki kvar gilu lanu chachmenu zacharnu l'baracha. Chazal have already revealed to us shebechol hadavarim gashmiim ubechol leshonos ha'akum yocholim tzoa b'hem elokus, that in all of the things in the world, in all of the languages of the nations of the world, meaning to say all of the externalization of externalization, where the Ratzon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu seems so far from that place, in the dealings of the nations of the world and the externality of the world, Chazal have already revealed to us that there are hidden letters that give life to each and every one of those things. And if I can uncover the hidden letters, then I have the ability to come close to the reality of HaKadosh Baruch Hu by connecting myself to the innermost point of connection that rests in that place. Ki below elokuso ein lahem shum chayis v'kiyum klal, because it's axiomatic for us to understand that there is absolutely nothing that exists in reality, and nothing maintains itself without the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that sustains it, without the illumination of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light that gives vitality to those places. Kamosha Kasuv, like it's written, Va'atam machaya es kulam, that you give life to everything. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you breathe life into everything. It might be concealed, but you're always there. Levad shahachiyus v'ha'likus hazeh sham betzimsum gadol ubemiut, rak kedei chiyuno ulachyoisoi velo yoter, ki HaKadosh Baruch Hu tzamsim es elokutza betzimsumim rabim v'shoinim mereishus ha'machshava ad nukudas ha'merka shel olam ha'gashmi. Now, when we say that HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light is found everywhere, and that He's mamala kalam and v'sayviv kalam and mibaladecha inshum and tzias klal v'leis asher panimine, so that doesn't mean that the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is revealed in sunken places as much as it's revealed in the Torah or in places of kedusha chas v'shalom, because what we find in these hidden places is a tzimtzum gadol, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu constricts and confines that light into a very small amount, ubemiut, rak kedei chiyuno lachyose v'lo yoter, only so as to provide the basic sustenance and vitality and the life force that that thing needs in order to continue to abide in its apparent separation from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki HaKadosh Baruch Hu tzamsim es elokusa b'tzimsumim rabim v'shoinim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mitzamsim His godly light through various measures of concealment, gradations of concealment, from the beginning of the original thought of existence in the highest place imaginable, ad nekudas merkaz shel olam hagashmi, to the very place that we find ourselves standing right here, right now, the point of our experience down here, shasham midor haklipos, and here we live in the realm of concealment, in the realm of husks that seem to cover over the light of godliness. And the more that something extends itself downwards, and the more something undergoes the process of tzimtzum over and over, the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's godliness finds itself there hidden in further and further levushim. So the lower down we go, the more HaKadosh Baruch Hu has to hide His light in order to give vitality to those low places. So the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is further and further concealed in these places. And this is what Chazal have already revealed to us, that when we find ourselves in these sunken places, what they did was paschu lanu pesach. They opened an opening for us. Shemaskil yeda v'yavin, that one who has a mind within them will come to know and understand. Shebechol hadavarim gashmim yesha lekusa v'chiyuso, that within each and everything that we encounter in this world, there is a tzimtzum of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light. Meaning to say, there is a ratzon of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that is melubish, hidden within that place, that is in a certain element operating by way of gullus in those hidden places, and it's our job to uncover it and elevate it and raise it back up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Like Chazal have already told us, that tat bekapte shtayim pas ba'afrike shtayim, that when it comes to totafot, when it comes to the highest level of dveikus, Rabbeinu refers to tefillin as a siman of dveikus because dveikus is a siman of tefillin. So he says the reason tefillin shows that it's dveikus is because dveikus is tefillin, meaning there's no reason to understand why, but tefillin represents the highest level, and it's specifically there that we see a language of the nations of the world, a foreign language being used to describe it. So we see from there, specifically by tefillin, which represents connectivity within the mind, so it's specifically there that we learn the secret of learning how to uncover the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the foreign languages, which represent the fallen experiences and concealment that Yid finds themselves in. Chazal showed us with this particular example that it's specific it's not specific to that example, but rather the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is found within each and every lashon. Each and every lashon of the nations represents a different form of concealment, as Rabbeinu explains in Torah Yud Tes, meaning to say that the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu hides himself in all manners of concealment in different ways over and over, and it's our job to uncover it, especially on Sukkot when we're makriv the Shivim Parim, connected the Shivim Umos, to prepare ourselves for Shmini Atzeres, where we come to understand the secret unity and singularity of Klal Yisrael that has absolutely no relationship with the Ummah Sa'olas whatsoever. So we have to first and foremost go through the 70 languages, clarify the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that's found hidden in those places, until we come to the place of Lashon HaKodesh, which is us and us alone. And this is what the Yerushalmi brings down. If someone comes over to you and asks you, where is your God? You should respond to them that he's found in the great city of Rome, meaning to say, in the deepest, darkest places in the world. As it's written, that I call out to you from Seir, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's voice calls out from the palaces of impurity. This person who comes and asks, where is your God? Someone who's asking that question, where is God found? Clearly that person is stuck in a place where they don't feel God is revealed to them, and that's why they're asking the questions. Because he took himself out of the categorization of being one who is connected with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and has denied the reality of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light. By asking where HaKadosh Baruch Hu is implies that one does not feel the connectivity to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, like the Ben Harasha, Sha'amar Heichan Elikecha, because they felt the need to ask the question, where is your God? V'nin Melosha b'makomo ein sham Elokim, meaning to say that I can intuit from that person's expression that they must feel that God is not found with them in that place. And this is true for each and every one of us when communicating with ourselves as well. And it seems that God is not there. And therefore you have the responsibility to tell him, even in the place that you find yourself in, even in the place that you've fallen into, you find yourself so stuck and submerged within the realm of negativity, within the realm of the fiendish other side of things. There also you have the ability to find the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is found everywhere. Like the pasuk says, kulam, that you give life and vitality to all things. And it's specifically there, misham daika, that you have the ability to connect yourself to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and to return with him immediately with full and complete tshuva, because it's not far from you. The only thing is that in the place that you find yourself, it seems that there's many, many, many garments concealing the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Chaver, you with me? Okay, let's go weiter. The more and more a person climbs out of the concealment, meaning to say the more and more a person comes to be aware of the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is with them wherever they find themselves, and they ascend one level after another level, coming closer to the original light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the higher I climb, the more I come to an understanding of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light, which is also simultaneously an understanding of how much I don't understand. The higher level that I go up, the tzimtzum is minimized a little bit more. The levushim are taken off a little bit more, preparing for Shmini Atzeres, of entering into that place where I don't have to deal with the lashonos of the Ummah Salom, and I can enter into that place of ach toiv and simcha. And then when a person ascends upwards from that place of concealment by way of finding Hashem in the concealment, I'm able to come closer to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'yachov la'ehov es atzmoi im Hashem Yisparach. Pay attention to these words. Rabbeinu says, "V'yachol la'ehov es atzmoi im Hashem Yisparach ba'ava yisera." A person can come to love themselves with HaKadosh Baruch Hu with a deep sense of love. This is not by mistake. It's not only talking about a love that the person has for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It's an acceptance of self, a love of self, a sense of I'm okay, a shalom pnimi, where I love myself. I accept myself. I'm okay with myself. I'm proud of myself. I identify the true strength of myself. I'm capable of looking at the differences that need to be fixed within me. But when I have more das of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when I climb out of that concealment, which told me Hashem wasn't there, I can come to accept myself more, le'ehov es atzmo im Hashem Yisparach, and to come to realize that Hashem has always been with me with a further ahava. And now, when it comes to finding HaKadosh Baruch Hu, when it comes to drawing out the infinite light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that's found hidden within the most sunken places imaginable, There are two types of days, shnei mina yamim, and very often a person experiences these both in each and every moment. This doesn't just mean there's a 24-hour period that's like this or a 24-hour period that's like this. That means that each and every moment a person can orient themselves and have the orientation as to what the true nature of this moment is. There are two types of days. There are good days and there are bad days. Yemei tov and yemei ra. There are days of goodness and days of negativity, days of functioning and days of dysfunctioning. Like the pasuk says, "Biyom tova heye betov." When it's a good day, be in the state of goodness. Ubiyom ra'a re'eh with an aleph, meaning to say, but when you find yourself in a bad day, then the job that rests upon you is to search out re'eh, go and find the light that rests hidden within that negative day. Hainu, says Rabbi Nachman, what does that mean? Shetzarech adam lehistakel sham heitiv heitiv. When it says biyom ra'a re'eh, on a negative day, come and see, it means that a person has to look very, very deeply. Bevada yimsa sham yemei tov. They'll come to uncover nekudos tovos. They'll come to uncover goodness. They'll come to uncover the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hainu HaTorah. They'll come to find significance. They'll come to find Chachma wherever they find themselves. The Hayamim Nikraim Midos, days are measures. Days are tzimtzumim. The entire concept of time and space function together. Midos are a spatial measurement, and the Yamim are also referred to as Midos because time also measures our experience in this world. And the days are referred to as measurements. Kamosha Kasuv Umidas Yamai. Like the Pasuk says in Tehillim, the measure of my days. So we see that days measure just like actual measurements do, because the days are tzimtzumim. There are Kadosh Baruch Hu being megala himself each and every day. We saw this in the Torah in Kuf Ayin Tes about reviving dead days when it comes to the fast of Yom Kippur. The hamidos heim b'Torah, but these midos of the days are also found in the Torah. The midos that the Torah is nidrash, the 6 days of creation, which is the root of all experience, is found in the Torah. Ki oraisa kulo heim midosav shel HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because the measurement that HaKadosh Baruch Hu reveals into the world is actually through the Torah itself, because the Torah speaks. The Torah are the midos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we see that the days that we experience are the midos, and the midos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is the Torah. Mamela, we always can find the Torah within our midos. We can find the Torah within the midos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We can find the Torah, which is the midos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, within our midos, which are our days. Why? Because what's the Torah talking about other than fear and love and connection and the different parts that we experience on our emotional and cognitive wavelengths? But it's specifically with that HaKadosh Baruch Hu chose to create the world. Like the pasuk says, that the Torah rests hidden with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Al tikra amon, don't read it as something that is hidden. Elo uman, it is the creation that HaKadosh Baruch Hu uses to create the world. Meaning to say, that my experiences in this world are part and parcel of the unfolding Torah of reality. The unfolding Torah of reality is every experience that I find myself in. Any moment of consciousness where the neshama is grappling with whether it's a good day or a bad day is a moment of experience that has not yet been revealed to be a chelik of Torah. Prior to revealing the osios of Kedusha within that experience, prior to holding on to the Aleph Beis that the Baal Shem Tov had to reawaken himself to, that realm, that experience rested outside of the realm of the Torah on a revealed way, and it was a krach gadol shabaromi. But when I come to understand that there's the light of Torah in each and every moment of my experience, there's osios HaTorah, there's things that I could connect to. I could connect to the Aleph, to the Shem Havaya of the Aleph. Then I come to understand that I can find goodness in all things. The osios HaTorah him hamachayim es kol davar v'davar. The letters of the Torah, as the Baal Tanya describes in Shar Yichud V'Amunah so powerfully, but it's really the baseline and the chut hashedra, the spinal column of all of the Torah of the tzadikim. All that exists are the letters at the microscopic quantum level of the fractalized framework in which we can perceive the basic building blocks of reality. What one will come to find is dots and lines, black dots and black lines, which represent the Aleph, the name of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that rests hidden within each and everything. Ela kol masha madrega hilamata, but the lower down I go, sham heim osios haTorah betzimtzum yoter mimasha hayu b'madrega yoter liona. There, the letters are undergoing a deep form of tzimtzum, and they're saying something very different than what I think it's saying. And there, it's the letters that are exposing me to darkness and to concealment and to hopelessness. But nevertheless, those messages are still coming from the basic building blocks of the letters that HaKadosh Baruch Hu breathes into existence. They're just written the wrong way. Ve'enam ma'irim kol kach, but they're not illuminating the person's person's life, as they would be if I were standing at a higher level where we said the levushim are lower. Because we said HaKadosh Baruch Hu can't reveal the unlimited light of himself in the darkest places, even though it's as revealed there, because that would undo the entire purpose of the world, which is Bechira, which is drawing the light down into our consciousness by way of choice. And therefore, in the lower concealed places, there's an element of the constriction of the letters to the degree that we don't even know that they're letters anymore. We feel that it's a jumbled up space where we can't even open our mouths because we don't have the confidence or the love of self to be able to speak to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the reason is because the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is hidden there. Nimtza, it turns out then, that afilu b'midor haklipos, even if you're functioning at the lowest place imaginable, hainu b'yamei hara, in a terrible day, in a no good, very bad, horrible day where there's nothing good, we can still find the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu there, because even though I'm in the midos ra'os and the lashonos of the akum, even though I find myself in the mixed up, muddled up space of negative character traits and ease to anger and frustration, and in the language of all of the nations of the world in the concealment, gam sham yecholim limtzoi oisias haTorah, I can always find the letters of the Torah there. I can always reconnect myself. I can always spark the light of connection by connecting to the Aleph, to the Alufa Shel Olam. Aval machmas ribay halavushim, but as a result of all of the garments and all of the covering the light of spirituality, the Godel Hatzimtzum, and the result of the great constriction that HaKadosh Baruch Hu had to expose to reveal that lower place in the world, Einam Nisraim Osios HaTorah. We don't see them as Osios HaTorah. We see them as Osios of negativity. We see them as Osios of Yeyish. We see them as Osios spelling out our demise. We see them as Osios telling us bad things, that the Torah doesn't love us. But ultimately, what it's coming to show us is that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves us, and we just have to be able to rearrange the letters. Hainu Yemei HaTov, there's good days hidden within those places. Al Yedei Yemei Hara v'HaChoshech HaShoira Aleihim, the good days are covered over by the negativity and the days of darkness that cover over them, but it doesn't mean that the good days are gone. It doesn't mean that the Osios of the Torah are not found there. Aval Misha Koiva Es Yitzra Hara, someone who pushes away the negativity, someone who pushes away the ease toward despondency, someone who pushes away the general tendency to make an overgeneralization about the negativity of today, Hainu Hayamei Hara, we break away from those negative days. Hainu Midos Ra'os, we break away from all of the negativity and all of the tendency towards despondency and anger and hopelessness. Azai hara nispalbel legamre neged yemei hatov shabehem. Immediately, the negativity of those days is undone and the goodness is revealed within them. Azai oisios boltos v'nisraim ma'irim biyoter. At that point, the letters that are hidden there begin to express themselves by way of enlarging themselves. A person suddenly comes to find, oh my God, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is here with me as well. I'm okay. Even though I'm not okay, I'm okay, and I can climb myself back up one letter after another. The letters begin to emerge outwards. They begin to extend themselves. They begin to grow out of the page. And they shine and they reveal themselves with even more intensity. In the beginning, those letters were very hidden. The light of spirituality in these dark places is completely hidden. Because the light from above in my consciousness has not yet been revealed there. In order to ensure that the days of negativity don't receive more spiritual vitality and spiritual influx, so that they shouldn't be able to conceal even more. But, says Rabbeinu, but now, that I've pushed away the negativity, I've pushed away that tendency to judge something negative and to say that this is a moment that's godless, God forbid. Nisharim oisios haTorah levad. In that place, I'm able to transform that experience into a point of connectivity with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and I'm able to revive those dead days and bring them back into the avodah. Azayhu Yodea HaTorah Sheba'osa Hadavar. And then a person comes to understand the depths of the secret of the Torah that rests in that place. Each person has their own Torah. Like we said, this is Torah Lamed Gimel. Pasuk says, Gal Einai Va'abita Niflaus Misarasecha. That each and every person has to have the capacity of revealing the wonders within their Torah. Each and every person has their own Torah, and each and every person has to reveal the Torah that is found in whatever place I find myself in, to the degree that Mashiach Tzidkeinu, Rabbi Nosson says, is going to come to reveal how each and every one of our lives was ultimately like a Megillus Esther, revealing how all of the Hastara was just another encasing to reveal the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So Gal Einai Va'abita Niflaos Mesarasecha, Zok the Heilige Tzadikim, the Redumsker, the Heilige Tiferes Shlomo says that Niflaos, wonders, can also spell out the word Nafalos. Let me find my broken letters. My letters may have fallen down. The lights of Kedusha may have fallen down. I might find myself stuck in the mixed up, muddled up language of the Umas Ha'olam, but Gal Einai Va'abita Niflaos Mesarasecha, open up my eyes and allow yourself to reveal yourself so that I can reveal the letters. And that's perhaps why we're also finding this teaching in Torah Lamed Gimel. This is all hinted to in the Zohar HaKadosh, meaning to say, Rabbi Nachman is not only showing that everything he's saying is coming from the Arizal, but he's also reminding us that everything he's saying is coming from Rashbi, and he's also always reminding us that everything he's saying is coming from Moshe Rabbeinu, because to say the types of teachings that Rabbeinu was saying without the receipts, Rabbeinu would have had the koyach to do it, but nobody would have believed it. We wouldn't have been able to believe in the power of these Torahs. We wouldn't have been able to have the confidence that Hashem is actually found here. But when it's brought out from the Arizal and the Baal Shem Tov and the Arizal and Rashbi and Moshe Rabbeinu, so it reveals the power of these Torahs. So Rabbi Nachman is now hitching his words and attaching his words to something that he saw in the Zohar HaKadosh, which is what sparked this idea theoretically. V'zeu shakasa b'Zohar HaKadosh, and this is what's written in the Zohar. Barchu Hashem melachav giborei koyach ve'oised devaro. Blessed be the malachim. Hashem blesses the malachim, those with strength, those who carry out his word. Ilun inun de misgabrim al yitzrehon. What this means is that these are those who find strength to overcome their yetzer. Inun damyin lemelachin mamish. Someone who's able to overcome their yetzer, overcome the tendency towards negativity, is mamish like a malach. Osei davaro, they do his word. The avdin lahai davar, meaning they do that thing, they reveal that davar, they reveal the word that is hidden there. Lishmoya b'kol davaro, in order to hear the word of his voice. Inun zachin lemishma kalin mila'ela. When a person refines that letter, they're able to hear the voice that comes from above. It's amazing because this is exactly where we're holding in the Sefer Adir Bavarom that we're learning as well this week. So the Zohar HaKadosh says that those who are able to overcome their yetzer and uncover the secret light of the letters that hides within that davar, they're then able to draw down the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is whispering the light of Kedusha into that low place. L'shmoya b'kol davaro, inin zachan l'mishma kalin ba'alma, ki ha-Torah nikras davar. The Torah is a davar, the Torah is devarim, the Torah is words. K'moshe Kosov, like the pasuk says, davar tziva le'elef dor, that the Torah, the word, is commanded for 1,000 generations. So we see that the Torah is the davar. V'chol ma sha'oisi ois ha-Torah netzamseim v'neslabshim b'tzimsumim u'levushim yaseirim, and that the more that the letters of the Torah that illuminate all places are engarbed in layers of concealment and undergo processes of constriction and contraction, in separation and concealment. The Torah remains in a hidden state and it remains concealed more and more. But someone who has the confidence to uncover the letters of the Torah from all of those encasings, meaning when we come to terms with the fact that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is here with me right now, it's literally like a person who is creating their Torah. It's uncovering their post-traumatic Torah, revealing the light of their experience and how the Torah is found everywhere. Lamashal, for example, Osios HaTorah, the letters of the Torah, Shayu Mifuzarim Mufuradim Ba'ois Bilushona Shal Akum, all of the letters of the Torah, all of the hidden messages from HaKadosh Baruch Hu that were hidden, and all of the voices that I heard today from all of the Akum and all of the concealment in the world, and all of those Ramazim that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was sending me that I wasn't able to hear because the letters are concealed. Nobody was able to understand the Torah that was written there because they were covered over by such negativity. Nobody was willing to uncover the Torah there because it was such a darkened territory. There was no possibility that the Torah could be found in this moment of darkness that I find myself in. But when a person shows up, to the moment, Shehu doime l'malach Hashem tzvakos, and this person is now similar to a malach, that they have the ability to overcome their yetzer. Why are they similar to a malach? Ayedei shekoifer es yitzro, that they push against the negativity, meaning the yemei hara, they push against the natural negativity and proclivity towards negativity. Azai hara, the difficulty, the concealment. Hainu l'shoines ha'akum, meaning to say the language of the nations of the world, the concealment. They are diminished and they are nullified in front of that person. The negativity removes itself, and I reveal the Torah there. And then I come to find that the letters of the Torah are illuminated there. There's a Torah Chadasha that's coming out from that place that reveals that even though I thought Hashem was not here, I've come to reveal him over here. And that's a new chelik in the Torah that could not have been revealed other than by the person who thought Hashem wasn't there to begin with. And when a person sheds all of the layers that were concealing the light of Ruchnius, meaning to say the Lashonos Ha'akum, all of the emptiness and the meaninglessness of existence, the language of the nations of the world, Hainu Midos Ra'os, those negative character traits, that tendency towards negativity, Hainu Yemei Hara, those negative days, when I'm able to push all of that away, like the Zohar says, Azay Mekablim Elu Osios Satoira, or Rav Yoiter Mimasha Hayu Mekablim Meitchila, I uncover a new level of light that illuminates these letters that were there with an even deeper intensity, and I reveal more and more of the Torah there. Because in the beginning, prior to the revelation of that Tzimtzum, all that existed there was the bare minimum of the vitality that HaKadosh Baruch Hu needed to be mashpia down into that place in order to give vitality to it. Because HaKadosh Baruch Hu had to be mitzamtzem it, because it was still a negative day, it was still a bad day, it was still concealed. As it says in Kisvei Arizal with regards to what we're doing when it comes to saying Ar Haman and Baruch Mordechai and getting to the place of Adel Yodav in Ar Haman and Baruch Mordechai, the hidden nitzuts of light that is resting within the very concealed places. Obviously, Haman has a nikuda of light in him. There's absolutely nothing that exists without the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Nothing. And therefore, Avada, there's going to be a nitzuts of Tov that's hidden within that place that needs to be elevated. But it can only be done by way of intoxication of the mind, not literal chemical intoxication, but a place of the abandonment of knowledge, because it's so mitzumsum. So the Rabbi Nachman is basing right now everything that he's saying about finding and uncovering this positive point hidden in the concealment based on what the Ari says at the end of Pri Eitz Chaim with regards to the mitzvah of Adelo Yaba bin Ar Haman leBaruch Mordechai. Hainu, what does that mean? Sheyamshich shefa lahaklipos kedei chiyuno v'lo yoser. It means that we're aware that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is also giving life to all of the concealed places, but it's a minimal light. We obviously are aware that there's nothing outside of the realm of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, but we can't reveal it too greatly. But in this Torah, what Rabbi Nachman is saying is that by way of uncovering those levushim and coming to find the Torah that rests there, we in fact are revealing more and more of the Torah. Zakt Rabbi Nassan, he quotes, he says, Ayin b'Pri Eitz Chaim b'Kavanos Purim Perek Vav. Look at the Kavanos that the Arizal says with regards to the act of intoxication or the abandonment of the mind through sleep in Purim, where it's explained there, that on Purim a Yid has to uncover the secret light of vitality of godliness that rests even hidden within the most concealed places. But it has to be done very carefully and by way of minimization to not reveal that secret which would undo the process of Bechira. And that's the secret of the Kavanah of intoxication on Purim. But that's only on Purim. But says Rabbi Nachman, when we can actually reveal the letters of the Torah that are hidden within concealment, or Rav Melamala. So then what we do is we draw down a profound level of light. And then it's not only going to be the limited expression of that hidden nitzuts in the light of Haman, but it's going to be the secret of Bnei Banav Shel Haman, Lamdu Torah B'Bnei Brak. It's going to be the uncovering of the nitzuts of Kedusha that rested within Haman to reveal more and more Torah. Who was that? It was Rav Shimon Bar Shilas. Rav Shimon Bar Shilas, the tzadikim say, Shin Yud Lamed Taf is Rosh Tevos Shavisi Hashem Negdi Tamid. The secret of the Torah that comes out from the place of Haman, and that nitzutz is the secret of Bein Ba'ayilu Bein Benafak, finding HaKadosh Baruch Hu above and finding him in the deepest, darkest places as well. And this is the secret of, when we're able to do that, we're able to receive the voice from above to receive more Torah. And this is the secret of the pasuk Oisei Devaro. They literally make the Torah L'shmoa B'kol Devaro, by way of hearing more and more of the illumination of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light. Kesha Oisim V'boinim LaHaTorah, because when we reveal those letters of holiness that were hidden there, and we create more and more area within the Torah, that Shahaya Metchila Mefuzarim and Mufaradim B'Lashonas Ha'akum Midos Ra'os B'Meira. Before I came to that moment and find the moment of consciousness and mindful awareness of God there, so those letters were scattered and betwixt and between in the concealment of the world, in the negative traits and the negative days and the languages of the nations of the world. Azai L'Shmoya B'Kol Davar. But when I'm able to do that, I draw down a new voice. I draw down the capacity to receive a cruz from Lamala that says, over here, I'm being Megal, the light of Torah in the deepest, darkest place. V'Zoichem L'Mishma Kalin La'ela. A person begins to hear a voice of Geula, a voice of redemption. Hainu Shahadavar, the Torah is now expressing itself, Mekablim or Rav Melamala. And that's what it means to hear the language of the Torah. Chevra, you're with me? I know we're going slightly fast, but the language is flowing, yeah? Okay, so let's go weiter. V'zeh b'chinas na'aseh v'nishma. And this is the element of doing and then hearing with regards to receiving the Torah. Shemitchila oisim uboinim la'oisias Torah. Our first job is not to listen to the Torah, but to uncover the pre-existent Torah that rests hidden within all of my experiences, to uncover those letters. Sheyihei oisios boltos umitztarfos. That I should allow the letters to express themselves, to extend themselves into my life, and I should begin to create new permutations of letters. I should be able to find new points of focus, new points of mindfulness, new points of courage that pull me out of where I am. And only afterwards, then I come to find that, wow, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, you've really been there with me all along. That the letters receive far more divine vitality than they were receiving beforehand, which is revealing the new Torah that could only be revealed in that sunken place that I find myself in, where I felt that the Torah is not there, where I felt that God is not there, God forbid. And it's specifically by coming to understand that God is there that I come to uncover the levushim that were the lashonos of the amim, the lashonos of the goyim, and the negative days. V'zeh yedua, and it's known, says Rabbi Nachman, Shahatayra, this light of shalom that gives me the ability to elevate everything back to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, meaning to say the midos of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the measurements with which HaKadosh Baruch Hu reveals himself, which gives me the confidence to find him within all of my midos as well and all of my experiences. Hainu hayamim, these days, shayra bahem ahavaso yisparach shemo. Each and every day comes down with a new level of love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is expressing to Nishmas Yisrael, and a new level of love that can be cultivated from Nishmas Yisrael Klape HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That there's a deep ahava, there's a relationship of ahava. And the ahava of yesterday is not enough to lead to an ahava of today. Each day has to bring with it an ahava rabbah in order to uncover a secret of ahavas olam. But there's no ahavas olam, there's no perpetual love without the proper work of day by day rekindling the lights of love and the flames of love in the secret of ahava rabbah. And there's an ahava that comes down each day. Just as there's a light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that comes down each day, there's an ahava that comes down each day. And again, this is what we're doing with the Lulav. Everything that we're talking about right now and revealing the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the deepest, darkest places of our lives is going to be expressed in the mitzvah of the Lulav itself, as we're going to see. That there's a love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and HaKadosh Baruch Hu's love for us that descends down each and every day. Like the Zohar HaKadosh says, Yoim yitzava Hashem chasto. Each and every day, HaKadosh Baruch Hu commands his chesed, meaning his love, Shah Chesed of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, loving kindness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the desire of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to bestow goodness upon Klal Yisrael in a revealed way. Hainu Ahava, the love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu Kaviyachol has for Klal Yisrael. Kamesha Kosav, like the pasuk says, Ahavas Olam Ahavticha, that I've loved you, a perpetual love. Alkein Mashachti Chesed, and as a result of the undying love that I have for you, says HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I'm going to draw down more and more Chesed to you. This is the secret of the Yoimed Azel and Kula Yumin. This is the secret of the day that goes with all days. The first day of creation is Ki Olam Chesed Yibana. Other days of creation have separate statements, things that seem to be separate from Ahava, separate from Chesed. But the secret of the first day, the secret of Avraham, the secret of Chesed is that it is the day that goes with all days. It's the first day of love, but it doesn't separate itself when there's a day of fear or a day of conquest or a day of intensity, but rather the day of love travels with it. It's the Yoima de Azilim Kula Human. It's the Chesed that goes with each and every day. Hainu Hamidos, all of the other Midos. The days are the Midos, but the light in the heart of all of the Midos is Ahava. HaKadosh Baruch Hu just wants to reveal Ahava. Ki hamidos hem tzimtzumim la'elikuso. All of the different days, all of the different midos that HaKadosh Baruch Hu uses to reveal himself are all the different tzimtzumim, the levushim that conceal the letters of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light. Kedei shenuchal lahasig oisai al yadei midosav, so that we should be able to receive it in a measurable way. K'mo shekasu b'zohar HaKadosh. Begin the yishtamudan lei. All of the concealment, all tzimtzum, all of the levushim is only so that we can grasp him in an even deeper way. Ki beloy midosav, if it were not for these levushim, if it were not for these partitions and simsumim that make it seem like Hashem is not there or that the Torah can't be found there, so we wouldn't have had the ability of grasping HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But as a result of the love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves Klal Yisrael, this undying love, this chesed debayim kol yuma, which is a fundamental part of the kavanos of shaking and being mamshech lulav, that all of the 6 sides that we're moving the lulav are the 6 days of the week, or the 6 midos of the self, and every kavana is drawing down from the shirish of the chasadim, from the chesed, the bayim kol yuma, the undying love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants to reveal to us at each and every level. We're drawing it down further and further into all of the apparent separation of the directions to reveal that the achdus of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is found in all separation and all the sides of things. But as a result of the love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu wanted Bnei Yisrael to find him in this world and to come to a place of ahava beguf, ahava b'ta'anugim, in this physical world, and to do mitzvos in this physical world. HaKadosh Baruch Hu concealed himself within the midos of the Torah, within the days of the Torah, within the taryag mitzvos of the Torah. Hashem Yisparach shir b'daiso. Hashem, each and every mitzvah is a particular measure, a particular way in which I have the ability to uncover the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in my mind. Sha'ayidei ha-mitzvah hazos, by way of this particular mitzvah, by way of this particular tzimtzum, I am able to draw the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu down into my experience. L'mashal. Shashir b'daiso mitzvahs tefillin. HaKadosh Baruch Hu determined that the mitzvah of tefillin, that this mitzvah, Hazos tzarich lios kach, needs to be this in this dimensions. As we know, the Maisa is the Iker. The physical gashmius element of the mitzvah is the biggest chiddush in the world. It's the biggest miracle. Hainu arba parshios, the arba batim shel or, ksuvim v'ritzul shel or, meaning the details and the particularities and the tzimtzumim of the mitzvos. All of these are particular measures through which HaKadosh Baruch Hu has revealed his love, that I can draw him down through the mitzvah of tefillin. Tefillin is a tzimtzum, lulav is a tzimtzum, sukkah is a tzimtzum, fasting on Yom Kippur is a tzimtzum. All of the taryag mitzvos are tzimtzum that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has been mitzamsim himself to enable us to draw down his undying and infinite light into the constriction of those midos. Kikach shir b'daisa. This is how HaKadosh Baruch Hu decided to do it. That it's specifically in the way that this mitzvah is expressed, and not like any other mitzvah, that this mitzvah becomes a vehicle through which I can draw down the infinite light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. It has to be this specific way. Hashem didn't decide that it should be silver or gold. Each and every mitzvah is specific in its dimensions and the measurements with the infinite will of HaKadosh Baruch Hu as mitzamsim himself in an unfathomable way into the particular expressions of this particular mitzvah. Kikein shir umadad al yedei ahavaso. This is all rooted in the undying love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has for us, to want to give us a rope through which we have the capacity of revealing his light in this sunken place that comes about only by way of love. Nimtza, it turns out, sha'al yedei ahavaso sha'ahavas Yisrael, that through the ahava that HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves Klal Yisrael, hilbish es atzmo b'midas haTorah. HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mitzamsim himself, and he hid himself within the mitzvos of the Torah. That's as long as I'm functioning in a place of Torah. I've not yet sunk into that sunken place, which is also another way that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is mitzamsim himself. But Hashem is mitzamsim himself through the mitzvos, and then he's mitzamsim himself even more in the realm of the klipa, where we don't even have the ability to connect to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Nimtza sha'ayidei ahavaso sha'ahavas Yisrael, as a result of the love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has shown to Klal Yisrael, hilbish es atzmo b'midas haTorah. He concealed himself within the mitzvos and gave us the ability to draw him down kavyachol. Nimtza, it turns out, shebechol mida v'mida yesh sham ahava. When it comes to the mitzvos, when it comes to the midos of the Torah and the mindful presence that we can have in this world, what we're encountering is the love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the tzimtzum of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that comes about by way of love. That ahava is doichek es ashura, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu decided to leave his infinite realm, to be mitzamsim himself in such a way so that we can experience his infinite light. That's the love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu shows us. And any day with any possibility of a mitzvah is a midah of ahava. HaKadosh Baruch Hu oyev es atzmo im Yisrael. That HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves Klal Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu loves Klal Yisrael. HaKadosh Baruch Hu has given us the ability to draw him down into the sunken territory that we find ourselves in. Nimtza, it turns out, says Rabbeinu, mi shemapshit es haTorah me belvushe haklipos al yedei kefi as hayetzer asay mekuriv el hashalom kama shekasav v'chol nesivaseh hashalom. When a person is able to uncover the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that's hidden within the concealment, that's hidden within the sunken places and the levushim, we have the ability of uncovering the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu specifically in the places that I did not feel I had the ability to uncover the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu from. V'haTorah yesh bo shnei bechinos. There's 2 elements of the Torah that I am going to uncover in the realm of concealment, in the realms of my life. There's the bechina of nigla, and there's the bechina of nister. There's the revealed Torah, and there's the hidden secrets of Torah. Revealed means a clear way in which I can grasp HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hidden means a way that it's not even clear to me how I'm encountering HaKadosh Baruch Hu through this experience, but in the end of the day, I know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is still there. These are the 2 forms of the Torah that a person has the ability to uncover in the concealment of each and every day. Hanister hazehu oreisa da atika stima'a da asida le'iskalia le'asalavo. The hidden Torah that rests within our experiences, the hidden Torah that has not yet been revealed until we come to a place of feeling that we can't reveal Torah there, and then we overcome that desire and we dispel the negativity and we uncover the lights of Torah and the osios of Torah within our own circumstances, and we reveal the Gal'ena va'abita neflos misorasecha. This is the Atika Stima'a, the ancient Torah of La'asad Lavo, of the future that is going to be revealed. The same Torah, but revealed in a new way. Va'az, and then Kishi Iskala HaTorah Hazois, the Atika Stima'a, when that Torah of Atika Stima'a, when that Torah that reveals that there's absolutely no separation between anything and everything bespeaks the covet of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and there's going to be revealed above and below in all ways that the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is always present, and it's going to be the Gilui of our Megillas Esther, when Hashem comes to say to us that each and every one of our Chidushay Torah that we wrote down, whenever we found ourselves in stuck places, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to look at them and get nachas from those Chidushay Torah, that's going to go into the Atika Stima'a, the Torah of Atika Stima'a, and Azayihi Shalom Nifla Ba'olam. Then there's going to be a deep form of Shalom, the Das of Shalom, the Shalom of the Sukkah, the Shalom of protection from all of the nations of the world and the aloneness that we so rightfully deserve with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Like the pasuk says, "V'ger ze'evim kaves," that a wolf is going to walk with the sheep, "V'namer im gedi," and the goat is going to walk with the leopard, v'lo yireu v'lo yishchisu b'chol har kadshi, and there's not going to be any concealment, no darkness, ki maleh haaretz de'as Hashem, because the entire land, the entirety of existence, the good and the bad, is going to be revealed to be the stepping stone where we can find the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki aza yiskala ha'ahava shebedaiso, because then a person will come to find the deep love and the undying love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has been bestowing and that we have had for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Because just as there's two forms of Torah, a revealed Torah and a concealed Torah, ki yesh shnei minei ahavos, there are two types of love that a person can experience in this world. There's two types of love that a person can encounter. Achas shi ava shebiyamim. There's a love that's in yamim. K'moshemuva la'el. Yomim yitzav Hashem chasto. Yomim da'azil im kula yomim. Shebechol yom hainu bechol mida v'mida yesham avaso shal Hashem yisparach im Yisrael. V'zeh shebepoyel. V'yesh ahava shu b'koyach hainu ha'ava shaya ben Yisrael aviyim shebashamayim koydem abriya shaya Yisrael adayin b'daisu moichai. There's the love that we just discussed. HaKadosh Baruch Hu reveals His love in a particular way each and every day. That's the first love, the love that can be grasped, the love that is particularized, the love that is detailed, the love that is mitzumsum, the love that can be expressed in a manageable way. That's the secret of Yoimim Yitzav Hashem Chasdo, that light of Chesed that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends with each and every day, Yoimim Da'azil and Kula Yumin, the day that goes with all days, that each and every day there's a midah, and each midah has its own love and its own love story with HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Klal Yisrael. That's the revealed form of love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is revealing. That's the ahava that takes place after the tzimtzum. But there's also an ahava shebekoyach. There's an ahava of potential, and that potential love is the ahava that exists between Klal Yisrael and Avishim Shabashamayim and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, v'zeu koydem habriya, where there was an absolute unity kavyachol between Klal Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shayu Yisrael adayin b'daisu b'mocho. So there's two types of Torah and there's two types of love. There's the revealed Torah, which is the revealed type of love where Hashem loves me, and each and every day I'm revealing how Hashem loves every part of myself more and more, and how every part of my experience can be revealed to be a point of connection and a love song between me and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, no matter how far I fall. And then there's the second form of love, which is connected the Torah of Nister, the hidden love, which is the love that has not even been revealed yet, that reveals that all of the love and all of the language of love and all of the attempt at dveikus and expression of connectivity is ultimately nothing in compared to the love and the ava b'ta'anugim that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is going to be Magadol Asad Lavo when He's ma'avir all of the masachim, when He gets rid of all of the concealments from the world. Chevra, we're almost there. Thank you for sticking with me. Lamashal, for example, Ish ahava sha'av oyev espeno. The example of these two different forms of love, first and foremost, is the ahava sha'av oyev espeno. It's the love that a parent shows to the child. Shebechol adam yochel lahasig zois ha'ava. Each person can understand that type of love, the love that comes about by way of responsibility, v'hiskashrus v'ha'ava, and that connectivity and that love, sheyesh bein haben u'bein ha'av, between the child and between the parent. Sha'adayin haben b'moyach ha'av koydem halada, zeh ha'hiskashrus v'ha'ava ein anu yochelim lahasig achshav. The love that we're able to grasp is the love that exists between the parent after the child has been revealed. when there's something that comes from me and I cultivate a relationship of love with something that is separate from me. That's revealed. That's the Ahava Shabiyamim. That's the Torah of Nigla that I can reveal within the hidden days of my life. But then there's an Ahava that's Lamalim in Hayamim, the Ahava that the father has for the child and for possibility and for potential and for the possibility of expression even prior to expression. And that's a hidden love. That's a tzniusa. That's the very drive, the very vitality that rests at the core of the individual self, something that we can't even convey to ourselves. When it's adayin b'moyach ha'av koydem ha'ilada, before any element of revelation. This form of love, it's impossible to grasp. We can grasp HaKadosh Baruch Hu's love for us in the way that we can grasp the revealed love that we have for our family members and those close to us. But it's specifically from the love that we can't grasp, that we access and become aware of the fact that there's an ahava that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has from us that is far beyond anything we can ever comprehend. The only graspability that we have is after time and after measurement, after Hashem has been mitzamsim himself, which is the ahava shebedaisu b'moiche shulamala me'azman v'amidos. But when it comes to the ahava that exists in the potential form, that unbridled, infinite expression of ahava, that knows no bounds and knows no limit and knows no language, but exists perpetually in an unchanging, abiding, present way, that ahava is above time and space. It can't be described. And it can't be expressed. It's a love that can only be expressed by way of a silence. But la'aselavo, when that hidden Torah and that hidden love is going to be revealed within our concealment and within the concealment of our lives, when the ancient Torah of Keser Ilah is revealing itself above and below, and I come to reveal the secret of my Torah within the Yemei Hara'ah, and I come to uncover that secret of the Ahava Shebedas, that Ahava prior to its actualization, the undying Ahava. And then the words of Chazal are going to come out, which is Atzidim Tzadikim Leharos Be'etzba, that in the future Klal Yisrael is going to point with their finger, Kamosha Kosev Zashem Kivinu Lo, and we're going to come to understand that every place that we found ourselves in was exactly where HaKadosh Baruch Hu was, and all of the Levushim are going to be revealed, as Rabbeinu points out in Chaim Maran, Ois Taf Kuf Tes Vav, or Tef Zayin. When that levush is removed in the future, and we uncover the hidden Torah that was hidden there in those darker places, Ki az yipshoit HaKadosh Baruch Hu es malbush levushav. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will undo the tzimtzum. The tzimtzum is levush, as Rabbeinu says by Bitza Imraso. And at that point, Das is going to fill all of the world like the waters that fill into the sea, and it's going to cover over all things. And what's going to be revealed is going to be that potential love that was never yet expressed because of its infinite nature, which is the hidden Torah that rests hidden within those places where we didn't think it could be found. Meaning to say, the light of Elokus that finds itself expressed even in the dark days within the Torah and the midos of our lives. Nowadays, the garment of HaKadosh Baruch Hu prevents this endless love from being revealed. And we still operate in the time where you love me now and you don't love me then. There's a love here and there's not love over here. But in the future, the endless love is going to be revealed. By way of uncovering al Pnimiyas Torah, by revealing the light from within the hidden places. When we come to understand the inner interiority of all things, Hainu Elokuso, which is the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that gives vitality to all things, Az Yisra B'Hashalom, then a person can come to find peace with themselves. Then a person can come to find peace with all of the apparent warring parts within themselves, because the Yemei Ra'ah were only a concealment of those days. Kamosha Kosev, Lo Yireyu V'Lo Yashchisu B'Hol Haratadshi, Ki Maleh Ha'aretz Deya Sheyaskala Ava Shebedas. This is my experience. The Ava Shebedas is being revealed here, right now. V'Zehu V'Haya Yom Echad Yevadel Hashem. This is the day of the undying love of Shmini Atzeres that is going to be revealed, where it's a day of the connectivity with Klal Yisrael and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Sheyaskala Ha'ava, that it's no longer going to be an Ava Shebemidos, an Ava that depends upon certain circumstances, but it's going to be an Ava Shebedas, an Ava that's infinite in its nature, Hanikra Yom, which is going to be the revelation of the daytime of all things, Kamosha Kosev, Yoimi Mitzav Hashem Chazdo, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends down the chesed of each day, Hainu HaTorah HaPnimius, Shahaisat Tzvuna, revealing more and more light within the periods of places that there was concealment, Kamosha Kosev, and HaKadosh Baruch Hu reveal to our own eyes the goodness that exists hidden within those places. The Amru Rabbeinu Zechornu Lebracha and Chazal have already told us, Ki Tov Leganzo, the goodness of that light HaKadosh Baruch Hu had to conceal because the world has to operate, and therefore all that can be revealed is the limited form of love. But in the future, the deep, undying love is going to be revealed, because the Or HaTorah Hazos Ein HaOlam Kedai Leishtamish Bo, the light of this Torah, the awareness that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is found everywhere and everything at every moment equally in front of the individual who holds on to the Nakuda of Das, that's too high of a light for the world to handle. The Torah Nikratov, in the Torah, this hidden Torah is referred to as goodness. Shene Emar, like the pasuk says, Ki lekach tov nasati lachem. This goodness is what HaKadosh Baruch Hu reveals to us in the Torah. Primarily, the ability to uncover the lights of Torah that are hidden within those dark places. V'nikra or, and it's referred to as light. K'moshe kasav v'Torah or. Again, anybody who has to go, please feel free to go. I'm just going to continue the Torah to the end. It feels like it's all mamish one fell swoop of an idea. It's a miracle, this Torah. Just as Rabbeinu started off the Torah, that one has the ability to draw down the light of Shalom by way of connecting to the Torah, so too one can do this by connecting to the tzadikim. And Rabbeinu just explained the power of finding the hidden nature of Torah, meaning the Torah of the Tzimtzum, the Torah of the Arizal, which is the Torah of the lower places, the Torah of the Gevuros, the Torah of concealment. Just as a person can uncover the infinite light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in those places, so too one can do so by connecting to the tzadikim. And just as there's going to be revealed Torah and a concealed Torah, so too there's going to be revealed tzadikim and hidden tzadikim. There are tzadikim in this world who are concealed and hidden away, sometimes even concealed and hidden away from themselves. That the world themselves, the world itself is not ready for the light of a tzaddik like this. And the tzaddik is referred to as good, like Moshe Rabbeinu. And the pasuk says, Imru tzaddik ki tov, the light of this tzaddik, the connectivity to this tzaddik. Rabbeinu is talking about himself here. Rabbeinu is this type of tzaddik. The Torah of Rabbeinu is the Torah of Atikas. It's the concealed Torah that gives us the permission to find our Chiddushei Torah in the places that we didn't think we can find it. And there's the light of a tzaddik that by necessity has to be mitzumsum, because it's concealed until the time where there's going to be revelation, which is our generation. And that tzaddik is referred to as light. Or zarua letzaddik, or zarua letzaddik, the light is that is sown for the tzaddik. But when there's a time in reality when the hidden tzaddikim and the Torah that is hidden within them and the hidden Torah of the hidden tzaddikim is revealed, which is our generation. There's going to be a profound level of shalom, a das of shalom, a das of people learning how to be okay with themselves, a das of people knowing that yes, I live and I operate according to the ahava shabiyamim, the separation of days where I'm loved here and I don't feel love here, but I'm also fundamentally aware of the ahava shabadas. I'm also fundamentally aware of the undying love that exists between me and HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which doesn't keep me stuck, but rather it forces me to move forward. And when the hidden tzaddikim and the hidden Torah is revealed, what's the shalom rav? What's this deep shalom? Baruch Hashem, we were just talking about this today on the Shir on Sukkos. The secret of the paradox, where all separate things merge together to be revealed as operating in a singular flow in spite of the fact that they're opposite. That's the das, that I could be above and below. I could be struggling and I could also be doing great at the same time. I could love myself no matter what. Like the pasuk says, "Ger ze'ev v'gar ze'ev im keves." Opposites will dwell together. Ki az yiskala ha'ahava shabadas, because at that point, the ahava shabadas, the endless ahava that is hidden and concealed and hidden away, is so profound that it makes room and gives shape to all of the different oppositions. Yom echad yevadeh Hashem. That day of Shmini Atzeres, that one day where everything will be transformed to be part and parcel of the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hainu ha'ahava shabadas, that hidden love that has not yet been revealed. Asher hu lo yom v'lo laila, not a day, not a night, it's beyond day, beyond night, it's lamala mizman in makom. Hainu sha'ava hazoisi lamala me'azman u lamala me'amidos, that this love is above time and above the midos. Va'afilu b'midos atzmam. So too, with regards to all of the midos, kol echad lafi b'chinasu b'chinas das l'b'chinas shetachtea. K'mo she'amru Chazal, ma she'asa chachma atar l'roisha, asta anava ekev l'silusa. So over here, Rabbi Nachman is drawing all of this very directly into the writings of the Arizal, but he's showing that ultimately this is a relative position, that each and every person, in accordance with their experience, is going to be expressing this light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So for a person who's operating on a higher level, their notion of Ahava Shebiyamim, the lower level of Ahava, might be considered the Ahava Shebedas for a person who's lower than them. But let's read the words. Even when we're dealing with the individualized ideas that make up this idea, every aspect, every person, every moment, which is slightly higher than the previous moment that is below it, is going to be considered as das, is going to be considered as connection. Chazal have already taught us about this principle. That which Chachma crowns itself with, asta anava ekev lesilusa. Anava uses that crown of Chachma as its heel, meaning Ekev Anava Yiras Hashem. The heel of Anava is Yiras Hashem, meaning to say Yira is the lowest level of Anava. But we also know Reishis Chachma Yiras Hashem, that the highest level of Yira, the highest level of Chachma is Yira. So we see Chazal say that which Anava and humility used as its shoe, basically Chachma is going to use as its crown, because we see that the higher level is going to be considered the higher in relationship to the lower level. Nimtza, it turns out, Shamadrega HaPechusa Shel Olam HaYetzira, the lower level of Olam HaYetzira, when we're dealing with the world of emotions, the das that I experience in the world of emotions is the world of emotions that I experience, which is a lower level in relationship to the physical reality. That's going to be considered my das. Nimsa sheyesh adam sha'avaso yesh lo Hashem yisparach mimidosav uzman hu b'chinas ava shebedas u'lamala me'azmam la'adam shu madrega pchusa mimenu. Over here, Rabbi Nachman is simply pointing out that you can have a person who's functioning on a level of ahava shebiyamim, where this person is functioning on the level where it's still not yet the highest level of their capacity to function, but klape, somebody who's functioning on a lower level than them, that lower level of functioning of the higher person is the ideal of the person lower to them. Meaning that you climb up the rungs where the highest level of my level is really the lowest level of the next level. Ever remind me, this principle is just there to remind me that I'm never at the finish line, that there's always higher levels, and no matter what I reveal, I have the capacity to reveal more and more. This is what Chazal have told us. Ki sifsei kohen yishmeru das v'toira yivakshehu mipihu. When the lips of the kohen protect wisdom, you should go and hear Torah from his mouth. Im harav doime lamalach Hashem tzavakos. If the Rebbe is compared to a malach Hashem shavakos, which is what we said, the malach is the one who's able to uncover the goodness that is hidden within negativity by being koifa the yetzer. If the Rav is doime to a malach, that's when you should learn Torah from them. Hainu shekoifa es yitzro. A person who's a malach is someone who compels their yetzer and pushes their yetzer down, meaning to say they're mamtik the difficulties of the world. Azehu doime lamalach Hashem tzavakos. A Rebbe like that is doime to a malach. Kamei shekasav b'zohar, like we saw in the Zohar HaKadosh describing this. Birchus Hashem malachav giburei korach, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu blesses the malachim who are strong with their power. Ilan inan de miskabram al yitzreil. And those are those who have the capacity of overcoming the negativity and uncovering the light of the Torah, the davar Hashem that was there, and revealing more and more Torah. By way of pushing down the negativity in existence and pushing down the Moharan and the levushim of concealment that make me feel that Hashem is not there. Then a person who has the capacity of pushing away that darkness and revealing the hidden Torah there, they allow the letters to illuminate themselves and to extend themselves and to create new permutations and a value that a person can find and a love that a person can accept upon themselves in that place. Azu b'chinas nasav v'nishma. At that point, the person is actually receiving the Torah anew. They're revealing something new that was not revealed in a real way to Moshe Rabbeinu. Everything that will be revealed was already revealed to Moshe, but Moshe could only understand that Torah by way of us uncovering it in these hidden places. Because what we're doing is we're building new areas of the Torah. And we merit to draw down a voice of Torah from above. Certainly from a Rav like this, a person should come to hear Torah from. A Vada, a person knows their Torah in that place. They know the Torah of the Dvarim Gashmiyim Shumalaket Osiyas Torah. They know the Torah of their concealment. They know the Torah of their lower places where they had to reveal the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And this is what it means. Ki sifsei kohen yishmeru das. The lips of the Kohen, which is the light of Chesed, will protect wisdom. Kohenu b'china Chesed. The Kohen is the Kohen El Elyon. It's the secret that HaKadosh Baruch Hu just wants to bestow bestow goodness upon us and wants to reveal good. That's what Sukkot is all about. It's drawing down goodness. Yishmeru das, and that's the only way that we're going to come to protect our wisdom. When a tzaddik has the capacity of revealing the hidden Torah down below in those dark places and revealing the ahava, a Torah like that tzaddik is drawing down an ahava shabadas. That tzaddik is drawing down a Torah of the endless love that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has, and therefore it's the endless possibility of revealing more and more Torah. Shehu lefi madrigascha ahava shu lamala mehazman shu yom echad yivad la Hashem. V'yochol kol adam litoim tam or ha'ava shabadas. Each and every person has the capacity of tasting this endless form of love. This endless form of love that knows no distortion and knows no distinction, the endless unity with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Kol echad lefi b'chinaso, like we said before in Oisvav, each person according to their level. Afilu achshav b'toch hayamim, even though we live within the yamim, even though we're connected to a time prior to that revelation, we're still before the future, we have the ability of drawing the light of the future into the present days itself. We can draw the ahava shabadas, that love that exists in the future, into the love of separation in the days themselves. And this is the ikar connection to the kavanah of Lulav. Usually a Yid knows that there is a God in the Welt. They know that there's a God in the world. They know that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the world. We know Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Moida ani lefanechem elchai v'kayim. We know this. We know Hashem is here, Hashem is there, Hashem is truly everywhere. But what's the problem? Aval harishayim him b'shus libam. But those who are concealed find themselves stuck in a place of concealment. They find themselves stuck and incapable of moving forward because the levushim there. And all of the vision of a good day, a bad day, all of that is the emotional center of the lived experience of the heart of the mind. It's the emotions that cover over my ability. It's the heart that covers over my ability to find the goodness of those days. All HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from me is my heart, which is why when we draw the lulav down, we're drawing it down to the heart. We're drawing das into the heart itself. That's what HaKadosh Baruch Hu wants from us. And as long as a person is directing the intentionality of their hearts towards heaven, that they want to uncover more of a connection with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, then we're going to be able to elevate our heart to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki ikaran shel hamidas hu belev. The midos, the concealment, the places that we find ourselves fallen, where we have to reveal the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's the lev, that's the esrog, that's the thing that we're holding and we're trying to draw the light of the lulav into. Nimsa shekemish kasher es libo ledaiso. When a person connects their heart, the epicenter of human experience, where we tend to judge reality either favorably or negatively, when we elevate our heart and the changeability of our emotional wavelength, and we elevate it back up to that place of ahava shabadas, and we connect it to that timeless place of connectivity that enables me to live a light of Shavisi Hashem L'negdi Tamid, Shemekasher Es Libo L'daiso, Sheyodeya Sheyesh Eloikim, Yodeya Bechlal, meaning I'm aware that there's a God and I draw that down into my heart. Shemali Kol Haaretz Kavodo, no matter where I am, that Hashem fills all of reality. The Yodeya B'Yedios HaTorah, and a person uncovers the light of Torah there. Ukeshekoifes Libo L'daiso Azeh, and when a person compels and pushes their heart to align itself with this goodness, Hainu Shalibo B'Rishuso, where my heart is no longer in the Rishus of the Yetzer, but I'm like a Malach who has pushed away the Yetzer and I've chosen to see good. Azay Nechlalim Gan Kein Hamido Shabalibo L'daiso. Then all of the midos in my heart, all of the separation in my heart, I elevate back up to the wisdom in my mind. Va'azim makablim hamidos or ha'ava shabadas. And then my heart itself that finds itself living within the minimization and the shifts and the ever-changing way of feeling about something in this world, I elevate myself back up from there and I connect myself to das, to the ahava shabadas, to the yichud ilah. I draw down the highest shirish, the pluksa, the share, from the place of keser elyon, the highest, loftiest place of the moichem that are coming down. Umasig or Haganus Lafi B'chinaso, and a person has the capacity of tasting the concealed light, in spite of the fact that it remains concealed. A person has the ability of revealing more and more of HaKadosh Baruch Hu's light. It was concealed, but it's revealed. Meaning the light of the tzadikim and the light of the Torah of my own experience that was hidden from me up until now. But when I push my heart towards das and I connect myself from this time to the place of the future, as a makabel halev, what happens is that the heart receives. It receives from above. Shu shorish l'cholamidos, the heart which is the shorish of all of the midos and the ahava shebemidos. It receives umakabel ha'ava shebedas. It receives perceives that loftiest place of the Yichud HaAmiti, of the Das HaElyon, Shua Ava Shaya B'Koach, that Ava that continues to exist, like we know that the Tzimtzum wasn't actually a Tzimtzum, and in truth, the infinite light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu and Nishmas Yisrael are Adayin Nichlalim B'Yachad Kavyachol, B'Koach She'en HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Yisrael, B'Koach Ben HaKadosh Baruch Hu L'Yisrael Kodem Abriya, and the level of love of HaKadosh Baruch Hu that existed prior to the creation. V'zeh, and this is how Rabbeinu brings it back to the pasuk that he started with. Mi ha'isha chafetz chayim. Who is the person who desires life? Chayfetz hu b'chinas halev, the chayfetz of the lev, one who has desires, one who finds themselves running and returning, not sure what to try and attach themselves to in this world. The chayfetz and the desires in the heart. Mi ha'isha chafetz chayim. Chayim is the shirish of das. Someone who's chayfetz, the desire is connected to chayim, which is the shirish of das, which is the bechina of das, like the pasuk says, makor chayim seichel ba'olav, that the makor of chayim, the light of das, is the seichel, is the mind, is the framework of meaningful outlook in this world, and my ability to reframe the narrative through the light of Torah. That's my das, that's my chayim, and I have to attach the chayfetz of my lev to that place. I take the heart and its concealment of the present orientation of the ahava shabiyamim, of the ever-changing way of love and the needs to fight against concealment, and I attach it to the das. I compel myself and I choose to look at the world in the way that I choose to look at the world, and not to find myself in stuck bad days, because my libo is in my reshus, shekoifef is yitzro, that I've pushed down my yitzer. Azai lafi bechinaso ohev yamim. At that point, a person loves days, meaning they draw down the light of love in das into the days. Umamshich es ha'ava midas l'toicha yamim l'toicha midos. A person, in accordance with the battle to overcome the natural tendency and proclivity towards negativity of being stuck in the mehara and pushing it away and uncovering that light to find the osios of the Torah that are hidden in those hidden places in our lives, in accordance with the desire of our heart to attach itself to das above, we draw the das above down into the days themselves. Lirois toiv, in order to see the concealed light. Roya umasig as or ki toiv, viganus, the light that was concealed. Shemasig ha'or, a person has more of a hasag of a kadosh baruch hu, more hasag of light. I know ha'Torah haganuzim v'hatzadikim haganuzim. Zakt Rabbi Nassan will end with this nekuda. This Torah is a miracle. Oy, v'shamati b'shmoi sha'amar, and says Rabbi Nassan, I heard in his name that he said, Shebahatorah hazos, in this Torah, klula hakavana shel halulav, is included all of the intentionality of the lulav. V'lo zachisi l'shmoya beir ha'inyan, but I did not merit to hear an explanation of the matter. Ach, says Rabbi Nassan, however, iyanti umatzatzi ktsat. I looked and I found a little bit of a connection. Ki ikar hakavano shel lulav hu lahamshich kol hachasadim ad hachaza, because the main intentionality of the lulav is to draw down all of the chasadim. Each day of Sukkot is another chesed, the chesed shebiyamim, and we're drawing it down to the chazah, the place of the heart, laha'irim el malchus, in order so that we can awaken that das and that love and chesed and goodness within malchus itself, within our human experience. V'tzrichim lena'aneya hana'anuim kedei lahamshich or meishayresh hachasadim shebedas el hachasadim hamispashtim beguf. And why we shake the lulav to all of the sides is because what we have to do is we have to awaken the love that exists in the shayresh of all chasadim, the shayresh of the das, the ahava shebedas prior to its differentiation in this world, into the chasadim shebedas, which are into the chasadim hamispashtim b'haguf, because the chasadim shebedas descend down into the chasadim shebeguf afterwards, and we have to draw that concealed Torah into that revealed place of our experience in the chasadim shebedas, into the chasadim hamispashtim b'guf, lahoisif aleim or gadol meisharish shebedas, to continuously draw down more and more of the infinite light that exists above into the finite principles of the love that we feel that we're stuck in down here below. And ayin sham b'pri Eitz Chaim b'shar halulav. And a person should look there in Eitz Chaim, in Pri Eitz Chaim Shar Lulav. V'gam mevuar sham, it's also explained there, shakavana b'inyan akasav, the intentionality of the pasuk, yoimam yitzava Hashem chasto, that each and every day HaKadosh Baruch Hu sends down his chesed. Lo amar yom, it doesn't say a day, ela yomam, the days, shu hoylech im kulam, that day goes with all of those days, that there's a chesed that's being miskala in each day. V'chol zeh mevuar b'Torah hanal, all of this is explained in the Torah that we just read, al pidarcha hanoira shel Rabbeinu Zal, in accordance with the terrifying and frightening ways of Rabbeinu. Ki mevur sham, what's explained there is that the more I push away my negativity and my yetzer and my tendency towards negativity, that the more and more I do that, the more and more I reveal the endlessness of love within my days. Shua chesed, that's the light of chesed, which is the secret of the yuma da azil and kula yuman. That light of chesed that goes with each and every day. Hainu shaha ahava, meaning the light of ahava and connectivity, the light of chesed, melubash b'chol hamidos, can be found everywhere. There's nothing that's devoid of love. It's explained over there that there's an ahava that exists in that endless place of das, that's above and beyond time and constriction, and when a person attaches their heart, which lives within the changes of time and concealment and the ever-shifting terrain of experience, when I attach myself to my das, shaliba bereshuso, when a person lives with their heart in a state of functioning, azai makablam hamidos or ha'ava shabadas, then the midos, my traits, receive a light of infinitude from above, and I'm zoicha to be mamshech, the secret of the or haganas. V'chol zehu soid kavanas halulav. All of this is the secret of the lulav, because it's shula hamshech ha'ara mishoresh ha'chasazim shabadas. The intentionality of shaking the lulav is to draw down the light of love and the light of chasadim that exists in the shirish of the das, that exists high up in that hidden place of the ahava shabadas. To draw it down into the lived experience of the chasadim, down into the heart itself, meaning to say those are the midos, the frameworks, the strong emotions that I live with in this world. That in all of them there's a chesed that's hidden, it's just covered over by different levushim. All of this is in order to draw it down to the malchus itself, down to the very low place of our experience, which is the esrog itself. The esrog is the secret of revealing HaKadosh Baruch Hu in everything and for everybody, everywhere. To find the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the language of all of the nations of the world, and all of the concealment, and in all of the hidden places. The job of drawing down the Ava Shabadas into the Ava Shabiyamim, into the Lev, into the Malchus, is to draw it down, Lamata Lamata. All of this is the light of the kingship of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is found everywhere, even where it appears to be absent. All of this is done through those hidden tzadikim who become like malachim, and each and every one of us are those hidden tzadikim who become like malachim, especially when we're connected to the hidden tzadikim who become like malachim. That we have the koyach to be kofa our yitzro, which is the element of becoming like a lulav, which is the element of a tzadik, which is the bechina of tzadik katamar yifrach, that the tzadik extends itself like a palm tree, like the lulav that comes about and is revealed by way of bending our will towards HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ki b'sukkos anu oiskim legalus malchusa l'chol ba'ay olam. Because the avoid of Sukkos is not only coming to reveal the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu to ourselves, but coming to reveal HaKadosh Baruch Hu to the entirety of the world, even the hidden places, even the concealed places that appear to be devoid of the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'achilu l'chol hashivim l'shoynes ha'akum. Even to the 70 languages of the nations of the world. Shezeu sod hashivim parim shemakrivim b'shvilam b'sukkos. This is the secret of the 70 cows and the 70 karbanos that we bring for them, but this is only up until Shmini Atzeres. And this is why we say after taking the lulav and after the hakafos, Laman das ki Hashem elikim ein od, to reveal das, the ava shabiyamim, that infinite light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which will come to reveal the light even within the ame haaretz, even within those broken places in our lives, which is fundamentally rooted in the secret of ein od milvado, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is found everywhere. And all of this is revealed in this Torah, as is explained above at length. And we still need a lot of effort and strength to describe these words in accordance with the kavanos of Lulav. HaKadosh Baruch Hu should illuminate our eyes with His Torah, that we should merit to uncover the hidden secrets of this Torah. Okay, Chevra, Yasher Koyach. Thank you very much for sticking around.